No, it's video.
Well, hello everybody. Is this too loud? I could talk without it.
No, that's
good. We're good?
A little too loud.
Okay. Well, first of all, thank you for all coming out tonight in this torrential rain that's being predicted that we're going to have. I will tell you this, that I've done 2 major book talks. This is the second of the major book talks. The first one was at a place which I don't think I'm allowed to mention here, but it was in Huntington. So, and well, what I would want you all to do is just look at Rain on my website, the www.susansatrianofoundation.com. If you look at where I'm going to be talking next, what day it is, just make sure to bring your umbrella. Borders for allowing me to do this book talk. And in particular Allison and Glenn, who really were very instrumental in getting this together. And of course Karen Bonet, who's always in the background, but she's there. And she really, through persistence, got this talk. So I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And of course my publishers who made the trip all the way from Suffolk County, Yvonne and Janet. Wave, say hello.
Hello.
They're the people who put this, ooh, geez, that didn't sound good. They're the people who put this book together. If you're ever thinking of putting a book together, believe me, they took a neophyte author such as myself and made it look like a book. So they are incredible. They have a wonderful company. They work with great people. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And of course, to the friends and family who are here, thank you so much, guys, for supporting. You've always been there. I really appreciate it through this wonderful journey that has really taken new directions, new places. It's just remarkable. So, basically, by being here, you're really helping me support the thing that I love to do, which is to help kids. Because every book that gets sold and every story that you hear and pass on to somebody else will help to sell books, and every cent of this book goes to a foundation that I started. So I'll talk a little bit about the foundation later, but it's all wonderful stuff when you consider that, you know, where the bottom line is that we are helping children. So I thank you for that. I would say that this book is a light and airy book, but when UPS delivered 45 boxes on my driveway, and I had to move them from my driveway to my guest room, I can honestly say to all of you that this is heavy reading. So let me tell you a little bit about me. I was a math teacher. I worked at Roslyn High School for 25 years. I was the type of guy that used to have fun in the department. My department members would come to me to do silly things that no one else would even dare do. And I'll give you an example. You know, when we change our clocks forward, how apropos is that since we're changing them back this weekend? I went to a board meeting and I suggested in all straight face that if we have to turn our clocks forward, can we do it during my 3rd period class? They took an instant vote to get rid of me, but I had tenure. Sue and I were both studying to be math teachers. We met at Brooklyn College in a math class of all things. And if she were here today, she would tell you it was the only D she ever got in a math class. Apparently she was a little distracted. I grew up in the under the very protective wings of Italian parents. I did not know from women at that age. I got an A in that class. Truly, I didn't know she was pursuing me. But we took the all-American route. We In 1976, we got married, we got the dog, we moved out to the suburbs and ocean. Here we go. The styles of tuxedos being shown around the time of July 4th were incredibly hokey. I actually tried on a red, white, and blue tuxedo with a star-studded puffy shirt and a cummerbund that represented the flag. We knew that our wedding was important, but we knew not to compete with America's birthday. I had inner fears that instead of picking Sue and me up in chairs and dancing around with us on the dance floor, the wedding entourage would hoist me and scale me up the nearest flagpole. We also didn't want our first dance to be to the tune of the Star-Spangled Banner. So truly it didn't take much to convince us to get wed on June 27th, particularly after trying that tuxedo. We had a great time at our wedding, and a week later, America got a chance to enjoy its own spotlight and feast over its 200 years of freedom. The other thing that I wanted to share with you was the evening of our wedding. That evening, after the wedding, Sue and I lay prone on the bed. I'm sorry, I keep doing that with the letter P. Sue and I lay prone on the bed while we were scooping up all of the wedding checks, flipping them up in the air as if we had hit the lottery. It was a little difficult to do, though, with the 3 pressure cookers that we had received as gifts. But the best gift, however, was that we had each other. We looked towards the future with great hope and promise. We felt that when 2 people cared and loved each other as much as we did, nothing could stop us. And our wedding vows meant forever. Forever. When you are as young and foolish as Sue and I were at the time, you don't see the possibilities, the hardships, the tragedies that life sometimes burdens you with. I guess that's true for any young couple starting out. All we saw was that we were starting a brand new, wonderful phase of our life called marriage. And we were going to live it to the fullest. And why not? Things couldn't have looked any better back in 1976. Seeing that she really didn't know the difference between a gridiron from a clothes iron, and a baseball diamond from a jeweler's diamond, or a basketball hoop from an earring hoop, I told her I was going to take her to a, quote, professional hockey game. Of course, at the time, I couldn't afford a ticket to the Nassau Coliseum or to see New York Islanders play, or a seat in Madison Square Garden to witness the Rangers skate. But I could spend $1 to gain admission to Abe Stark Rink in Brooklyn to see the high school kids compete in a New York Police Athletic League. What the heck? To Sue, it was professional, right? The venue was freezing, almost like no one had paid the heating bills. We sat down on the cold, metallic, bleacher-type benches after buying a couple of hot chocolates, clutching them close to our bodies just to get some warmth. Sue was being a trooper, but a few minutes after the opening puck was dropped, she turned to me and asked in all honesty, "Do we have to stay for all 9 innings?" I spit out the hot chocolate I was presently imbibing, and after I stopped belly laughing, I looked at her, and not to make her feel so bad, I said, "Well, maybe can we just stay till the 7th inning stretch?" You know, when you get that diagnosis of cancer, suddenly your life and your whole attitude toward things just change. My role changed. I was no longer just a lover, a friend. Now I was a caregiver. But the one thing I will say about Sue and me is the way we did this. You know, you all have choices in your life, right? Given the diagnosis of cancer, we could have buried our heads in the sand and never see the light of day, or we could have lived it and lived life and not dread it. And that's the way we chose to do it. For 13 years, Sue and I, we really were able to live at a high level, managing to play the game and stay in the game of life. Now, don't get me wrong. There were days when we could not face the day. We stayed in fetal position and we hugged each other all day long. but we try to keep those to a minimum, because the truth is that we realize that everybody in this world is affected with some tragedy. I don't know a single person who is not scathed by something. Well, what makes us us, I think, is the way we deal with it. And we chose to live it to the fullest.
Hey, somebody loves you. It's no good unless they love you all the way. Happy to be near you when you need someone to cheer you all the way. Taller than the tallest tree is, that's how it's going to feel. And deeper than the deep blue sea is, that's how deep it gets when it's real. If somebody loves you, it's no good unless they love you all the way. Through the good and real years and through all those in between years, come what may, and who knows where the road may lead you, only a fool would say. But if you let them love you, it's for sure that they will love you all the way, like Joe did. Oh, by the way, folks, my name is Earl Davis, and I'm a cancer survivor, breast cancer survivor. That's why I'm here tonight. Thank you. Thank you all.